Awesome. Yep. Cool. It's live.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dana, and with me today, I have got Tynan Jervis, who has been a weight loss coach for a few years now, and he has coached hundreds of people on our LTLA weight loss programs. Now, today, just a quick run through, we are going to be talking about some of the most common roadblocks that our weight lossers face, and that is, well, the biggest one for me was really fear of failure. Now, I've had quite a few clients come to me with trying multiple diets throughout the years and yo-yo dieting, and they're at their wits' ends, but hesitation is fear of failure. So we're going to be delving into why that is and how we can overcome that together.
Hey, yes, thank you so much. And thank you just for having me on. I said this before, but you're one of my favorite people to chat with. So yeah, it's gonna be great. I've got my coffee here and I'm gonna be super factual and direct, and there's gonna be some really good nuggets. So yeah, I'm prepared for whatever questions you chuck at me, and we're gonna bring lots of value. So
Brilliant. Fantastic. Well, I've got my big jug of water here. I'm trying to get my 3 liters in today. One of my struggles, but let's get straight into it. So for those who've tried various approaches and might be thinking, I've tried it all, what is it that makes LTLA's weight loss and gut repairs programs different and worth jumping in?
Yeah. Oh, good question. It's because it addresses organs. We're getting the organs functioning the way that they should. And the side effects of organs functioning the way that they should is more energy, better sleep, skin looking clearer, that better aging process, less achy joints. So that's essentially what LTLA does. We're getting the organs functioning the way that they should again. And we're taking the burden off some of the organs. So for example, on our 5-day drop, 5 days, you can expect to lose 3 kilos sort of thing. It's where we don't have coffee. And someone like myself who loves coffee goes, oh, okay, well, that's going to sound challenging. But why do we do that? It's because it takes the burden off the liver. So it frees up energy rather than that liver, metabolizing or, taking in that coffee and getting rid of the toxins out of the body. Rather, it can work the way that it should. So the LTLA programs, we're getting the organs functioning the way they should.
Yeah, brilliant. And how are we doing that? Because we've got a lot of people get stuck. Well, is this just a weight loss program, or are we adding things to it that helps fast track that process?
100%. So to preface, so I'm 29. I've been a mentor with LTLA for the past 4 or so years. So I've kind of grown up with it in like my mid-20s now. And when I first was introduced to LTLA and our gut repair programs, our holistic health programs, I knew nothing about doing my shopping. So I come from pretty health conscious family, probably, similar to you, Dana, or whatever, athletes, and we're all active and all of that. And the problem with me is I was reading a lot of things online and I was watching a lot of YouTube videos. So I didn't really know what foods to choose when I went to do my shopping at Coles or Woolworths. So for me, by having that foods list, I could know what's on the foods list. I go to do my shopping at Coles and Woolworths. I know that those foods are not going to be causing me any inflammation, and in turn are going to be bringing me closer to my goal of, for my goal as a young man was to show my muscles. Whereas I had this visceral layer of fat over the top. I had muscles, but I didn't even look like I worked out. And that was from the inflammation. So not to confuse or, using words like inflammation, because what does inflammation even mean? But having that list, going to Coles and Woolworths, it was a really big deal. From that 30, 60 days, 90 days that I did the gut repair program, I've taken that information with me for the past 6 years, and I apply it daily, and it's something that I'll raise my family with. I can never forget what I've learned, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's brilliant, and that is so common as well, amongst males and females. Is you're working out at the gym and you're wanting to reach these goals of a six pack or good biceps, and showing them off in your singlets, and it's a challenge. But yeah, when you hit those roadblocks, well, why am I not seeing them? Yeah, you've got that inflammation layer, which is just unaware of. Like, people don't realize that is what is causing it and why it's not visual. So
Mhm.
yeah, it is definitely a thing. And shopping as well. I recap a story of myself. I had to go gluten-free, so I went and I shopped gluten-free, and I packed on 20 kilos going gluten-free. Why is that? Gluten-free is meant to be healthy, but a lot of the gluten-free products are packed with a lot of starches, like 7 starches to replace 1 flour. It's huge. So
Right.
unless you're aware of it, or go into these avenues of clean eating where you start to make things by yourself and on your own, do you actually see what exactly is in all the packets? And packets are quick and easy. So
Very true.
yeah. All right. So a common roadblock is fear of failure. So we've tried these programs. We've tried intermittent fasting. We've tried keto. We've tried paleo diets. We've tried Weight Watchers, or there's so many diets, and there's so many fad diets. There's even now a injection that you can take to burn fat. Or you can go and get lap band surgery, but it's people are putting weight on after.
Yeah.
So what can we do? What have you done with your clients when it comes to those roadblocks of, I don't want to fail. I've tried everything. What's going to keep me going on this program to prevent me from failing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a lot of people, they want accountability. So they want you to check in with them. And I think that's a really big deal of what we offer. We do daily check-ins to make sure we're on the right track and give little tips depending on what day that you're at. But having someone to hold you accountable. And a lot of the time, I'll use the fasting as an example. It's like, wow, I've had great results fasting. And that's amazing. Like, heaps of health benefits for fasting. But we know when you're fasting, it's good to do it under care of a practitioner, because it can sometimes, for women, it can raise cortisol levels. It can cause more stress on the body. But the point is that with the likes of fasting, you're not actually addressing the main issue, which is what is causing you inflammation, what caused you to then put on the weight, or what's causing the body to be sick and for the organs not to function the way that they should be. So by doing a re-education, by doing a gut repair, by doing our weight loss program, we do dive deep into what you should have and what you shouldn't have, black and white. It's a yes and no. So I think that takes a lot of relief off people, because it's almost like an overwhelm where it's like, well, this person's telling me to calorie count. What does calorie count mean? And this person's telling me to do a 3-day water fast. How the heck do I do that? And then this person's telling me that I can eat bread, but I just have to have a little bit of it. So to actually have a black and white, hey, this is from a naturopath. These are foods that cause inflammation. These are trigger foods. We're going to remove those for a certain period of time. We're going to then reintroduce them, and you can get more in tune with your body and be like, okay, so after I have bread, I really notice that I get indigestion, or I just get bloated and puffy, and I can't show my muscles the next day, or my ankles, they swell up, or I'm having these other symptoms that are coming back again that I didn't have for the last 30 days since being on the program. So it's by reintroducing them, we start to get in tune with our body more, because that's what we want. We don't want to show our muscles for a month. We don't want 6-pack abs for a month. It's a terrible analogy, but it's a good one, right? You don't want 6-pack abs for a week. You want it for a lifetime. You don't want those results for a couple of months after, want it for a lifetime. So we are addressing the root cause, which kind of sums up naturopathy. We're addressing the root cause. Are you drinking enough water? Are you removing certain trigger foods? Are you having enough nutrients in your diet? Are you managing your stress? These are some of the basic things that we talk about when on a program. And yeah, it's addressing the root problem. I rambled a little bit at the end, but I think I made my point.
No, I think you did, certainly. So just to sum it up, we've got, it's not just about losing the weight, it's the process through losing the weight, educating yourself on your own body and learning what foods are suitable for your particular body, your particular lifestyle, and what you will react to and whatnot. So it's a massive learning process, not just a diet, and it's a lifestyle. And that's why it's called Learn to Live Again. It's learning through food and fuel and health how you can thrive in your own body for a lifetime, which is fantastic. And I'm sure you've got some stories to tell of some client wins for me, but I just want to go through a common story, and it was my story as well, but I know there's a lot of women out there with a similar story to me of going, well, I eat healthy. I have a balanced diet. I have 6 meals a day or small meals. I eat protein, but I'm not losing weight. So something's wrong. And we go and we check our bloods. We go and find out, maybe it's our kidney, maybe it's our liver, maybe we need to do this, maybe we need to do that. And it's only when we get to, we've tried everything, nothing's working, we get frustrated and a seed of hope hits us and we go, oh, I haven't looked into that yet. And for me, and quite a few other women, especially with hormonal issues as well, that add to that list, we go, it's my hormones. So I've got to attack my hormones. But my hormones are flared up because my gut is flared up.
Sure.
With the gut healing, everything else comes into balance. So the insulin resistance and learning what foods set me off. So my story goes right back from the age of 10 years old, and the digestive struggles. So I've got, from the age of 10, digestive struggles and abuse from antibiotics, overused, that's all flared up with inflammation. And I'm seeing that inflammation drop and drop and drop as I progress. And foods that I thought were quite fine for my body are actually not okay at all. Mm-hmm. And these are some of the grains that I thought were good, like brown rice. I can't have brown rice. Mm-hmm. But I've learned that through the process of focusing on healing my gut and reintroducing the foods and knowing exactly which ones are triggering and doing it in a way that's educational, and the focus is on I want to take this through life and the journey. So it's definitely rewarding. So back to you, Ty. I want to hear what was one of the standout client wins that you've had where they have really struggled with this fear of failure?
Yeah, for sure. There's so many. When you go through a journey with someone and, won't say names, there's someone that's, 120 kilos, 110 kilos. They lose the weight. They get down to 80 kilos. So they lose 40 kilos with you. And as you can imagine, that whole journey, the emotional, the fear of failure, I can't do this. I can't drink the morning drink, which is a nutritional mix, right? I can't do this, or I can't have 3 liters of water. I can't drink water. I need to have it with, cordial. So there's all of these blocks that definitely come up. Fear of failure is definitely one of them. The only, I suppose, difference between like if I think about this to me being a mentor, the only difference between me and a new mentor and my confidence in coaching and mentoring people is that I've failed more times. The only difference between me and a new SM, a new mentor who doesn't want to, show their face so much, but they've got all of they're helping, everyone behind the scenes, but they don't feel confident, is I've just been on a live like this and failed many, many times. I've embarrassed myself, whatever. So I think that is what it is. It's just through giving it a go, having the right team with you, which is yourself, myself. And with that, I think, that will help.
Yeah. So that's right. It's this kind of desire to be perfect and to get it right the first time round. But in reality, the more you fail, the better you become.
And what we do is so unique. We get results on the first shot. We get results. We get people that come to us from, they've tried everything, as you said. And it's like, well, that's great for you, Dana, but I'm different. I have a hormonal imbalance, or I've got type 2 diabetes, or I've got a thyroid condition, or I've got gut issues, right? Serious gut issues. And they are all so serious. And we all have so much empathy. But when someone comes to us with that and we say, hey, we look them in the eye and we go, this will be the best thing that you've ever done. And it's like, how many times have I been told that? Okay, but I'll give it a shot. They then lose the likes of 7, 9 kilos, if they've got weight to lose, that is. They lose the weight, or they get to their goal. They start feeling amazing. And it's like, oh my God, there's no dollar amount that someone would have paid for them to feel the way that they feel. In fact, didn't even think it was possible. So yeah, it is pretty incredible. And we could even, jump into the science of what we do, but that is what we do. And I'm really, really passionate about it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And those roadblocks were very similar in my story, and in many of my clients as well. We put it in a category. Well, I can't do that because of this. For me, I can't lose weight because I've got polycystic ovaries and I'm addicted to sugar. It's a roadblock, and we can, with the power of mind, support of mentors, support of family, support of loved ones, knock those roadblocks down and break through those walls, because at the end of the day, you've got to break down those walls to get through to the other side. And when you do have a coach or a mentor or a community group behind you to support you, they've all gone through the process of those same roadblocks, maybe even some harder ones than yourself. And you can use those tools and those guides to help you smash them a lot easier than doing it on your own, because that's what most of these programs out there do.
Yes.
You're on your own. You're not on your own with LTLA, with any of our programs. You've got a whole community backed behind you.
So well said, really. And just take a second to meditate on that. And a quote came to mind when you just said it. And the quote is, stand on the shoulders of giants. Stand on the shoulders of people who have done it with proven processes. So we are those giants, for lack of better words. We've lived, we've breathed it. We've gone through our own limiting beliefs. We've done the work. And now we're here to help our community. Now we're here to give back, sure, run a business, but we're doing, I don't know,
Yeah.
not to ramble, but we're doing God's work,
I love that quote, stand on the shoulders of giants. That is one of my favorite quotes, because we often prevent ourselves from asking for help. I also struggle when it comes to asking for help, and it's something that I've had to overcome myself and learn from. And because we've gone through those same sort of roadblocks and stumbling points, we are there to help accelerate others around us. So I love that quote, stand on the shoulders of giants. It's a really nice one, and I hope everybody writes that down, puts it in their phone so that it's a daily reminder. That's brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, totally.
So I just want to delve a little bit into the science, because you do know I love a little bit of science when it comes to these sorts of things. So the what in terms of the science behind it and the synergy of how the program, the food plans, the meal plans, the food lists, the little guides that we give on what spices and condiments to use, and the supplement supports that we have specifically targeted for the use on our programs, which we do change up for individuals depending on their circumstances and needs. Mm-hmm. Run through with me why it's so important that they are in synergy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So we lower inflammation. First, there's three things, right? We could just boil it down to three things. And it would be the same if you go see a naturopath, and it's the same on our program. And it is, we want to lower inflammation. So we want to have foods that are lowering inflammation. We want to, and it's not so much have foods that are lowering inflammation, but it's what we're not having.
Yeah.
And we know inflammatory foods, the top 4 trigger foods that cause inflammation in the body, make us puffy and bloated, give us indigestion, bread and pasta, gluten, milk and cheese, dairy, which is a bit funny, but we know that our milk and our cheese is a cheap product. Sure, it's different if you're getting it, from a farm, whatever, but generally cheese and milk is a cheap product, which is sad to say. And then there's refined sugar, which are sodas and candies, cause inflammation, and then deli meats as well. And deli meats are the likes of salami, sliced ham, all of those meats that are in the glass section, the deli section at Woolies and Coles. It's those foods, they have a longer shelf life. That's not natural. So the reason that they have this longer shelf life is because there's a preservative in them. And that preservative name is called nitrate. So it increases the shelf life. In turn, when we consume it, and if we consume a lot of it, it acts like an antibiotic in the body. So this is the 4 trigger foods. So we want to lower inflammation, we want to correct nutritional deficiencies. Okay, and we know why, because our foods don't have the same nutritional value that they used to have. And we're talking about we've all heard the analogy of the grandparents, and they have the apple back or the tomato back then, and the apple or the tomato now has 1/10 of the nutrients, let alone if we're now getting non-organic, sprayed with lots of glyphosate. So the second thing is we do have an epidemic, and we all are nutritionally deficient. We can't avoid it. It's just our modern lifestyle. So first thing, lower inflammation. The second thing, correct nutritional deficiencies. And the third thing is following digestive principles. And that's what makes our program unique, because we're actually taking the burden off the organs. A quick couple of techniques, and you can even write this down, guys, if for those that are watching live or replay. And the first one is not drinking and eating at the same time. So there's enzymes in our saliva. They're the first point of contact, assisting the chemical reaction, breaking the food down. If we drink as we're chewing and we're wanting the saliva to bind to the food, it dilutes those enzymes, which means they're not able to do their jobs properly, causes more energy needed to break the food down in the stomach acid, which is just another name for millions and millions of enzymes. In turn, there's energy there that could be used to repair the rest of the body. So following digestive principles, we're taking the burden off the digestive system so that it can have more energy to repair organs, to repair muscles, and different parts of the body that you want to be repairing.
Yeah, brilliant. So when we've got, for an example, this is another one close to home, but I do know a few clients that have also done the same thing. There was a blood test diet many moons ago, and it could still be happening now. And it's a very low calorie diet. And when you're on that diet, it's very restrictive, weight meals, but you don't have any nutritional support products that you take along with it. So you are just eating very small portions of food, and you drop the weight. Yeah. But also you lose hair. You you start to you lose your reserved stores, your vitamins, your minerals. Your skin looks dull. Your skin sags, and you look very, very drawn and pasty. And yes, you've lost the weight, but you've now got work to reboost all your stores, because your body's been going through hunger mode, fat burning, but starving itself of its nutrients. So that's one big thing I've found personally on this program, and others as well, is that you don't have those same effects, because through the programs you're getting your nutritional support all the way through every day. You're getting energy into your body. So even if you're reducing your food calories, and your daily food allowance, you've got energy to keep going through the day. You've got all those nutrients and vitamins going into your system to keep you vibrant through the day. And then you've also got your probiotics and prebiotics to heal the gut and nourish the gut flora and get the body working how it should be, which is why a lot of us are feeling really awful and bloated, is because our food's just not getting digested properly.
Yep, hit the nail on the head. And it's like, we don't talk about cellular health. And that's a bit of a broad, like, oh, here we go, cellular health, chucking another spanner into the conversation. if you have, like, what does cellular health mean? It means that we eat vegetables and we eat fruits so that we can get antioxidants into our cells. And the reason we want antioxidants into our cells is so that they have a better aging process. So if we take antioxidants and we have the right nutrition, we're going to slow down the aging process. And the biggest problem, and actually this is factual, because of course, got to be careful, some things that we can talk about, but the leading cause of death is premature aging. And it's people dying sooner than they should. So how can we slow down that process? We can lower inflammation, so the body's not under constant attack. We can also limit chemicals that we're using around the home. So that, again, the liver isn't overburdened. It's not, the organ's not having to work triple time, 5 times as hard as it should, because it's having to get rid of the car air freshener, the toilet deodorizer, the dishwashing liquid that we use and we ingest from our plates, the clothes washing powder that we absorb through our skin. All of this has to be detoxified, right? Those toxins have to get out of the body, and that's the liver's job. That's the lungs' job, right? But those are the 2 detoxifying organs, the biggest one being the lung, the second being the liver. But we're putting more pressure, making them work harder. In turn, we're not having enough nutrients in our food, because we know that we've got a deficiency problem. It's an epidemic in the world, actually. We know we've all got nutrient deficiencies. No fault of our own. It's a modern symptom of modern city living. But just to tie it all together, premature aging. So that's why we take our nutritional product routine. And if you want to have nice skin and you want to age gracefully and you want to be around, fit and healthy, then yeah, you're bloody better, have probiotics to help with your gut functioning so you can sleep better and that you can have better moods. You better to have your antioxidants. You better have your minerals that we're not getting enough because our soil is over-farmed. You better be having liver health, which is a product that we use in our program, help detoxify the liver. So yeah, you're bloody better because what's the other option? It's a pretty crappy quality of life going into our later years. And we see it, we witness it. Okay. Our most loved ones, and that's it, it affects us all. It's really close to home. It's really close to our heart. And so that's part of what drives us. We now know what we know, and it's our job to help our community, and so they suffer less,
Yeah, absolutely. And especially if you've lived through it and you've got your story to share that can help change the life of many others. it's incredibly worth it, and it's incredibly inspirational. And I'm just going to go quickly off rail here, Ty, with me. But one of the big things at the moment is perimenopause. Now I'm just quite shocked because I didn't even think that was a thing until recently. I just thought women just went through menopause at a certain age, but they're going through it a lot faster now than ever before. And friends, of mine are having hormone patches, and but then they're going on the gut repair program if they don't have any weight to lose, or they're going on the weight loss program. And just to preface this, I'm not pretending to be any health professional in this. I'm just sharing experiences. These women are coming off the hormone patches and they're noticing they're not having those symptoms, and it's delaying it to the time where it's naturally meant to happen. So our lifestyle has so many other impacts on us and how we progress and age and hormone changes and everything, which we just don't realize is happening until it happens. So I just wanted to jump in because that was a really good example of currently what's happening on trend, and how people are actually seeing the differences through the programs. And there's a bit of a confusion as well with the gut repair and the weight loss. All our programs are focused on gut repair. That is the ultimate goal, is to have a thriving gut that in turn boosts the skin, it boosts the mood, it boosts libido, it boosts our overall well-being, is having a properly functioning digestive system. So when we classify weight loss program with gut repair program, what's the main difference?
Yeah, food intake. So I would do the gut repair because I'm not focused on losing weight. I'm trying to gain lean muscle. Where compared to the weight loss, that's where for the first phase, the first 3 days, you eat until you feel satisfied. And then we go on to phase 2, which is day 4. And that's where you eat from the meal plan, which has the perfect amount of fat, perfect amount of fiber, perfect amount of protein for those 27 days on phase 2. So that's the main difference. Both are repairing the organs, both are focused on that. But one is a weight loss and the other one isn't focused on losing the weight.
Yeah, brilliant. Because when you do have the weight to lose, even if you're just wanting to focus on gut repair and healing your gut, if you do have the extra kilos to lose, that is inflammation. That is going to fight you. So the quickest way to heal your gut is to get rid of that fat and that inflammatory fat so that your gut can repair faster. Which I just love the science behind it. I love the theory behind the programs and how it works. And I love how you just turn it into a lifestyle and learn from it and go, you don't go back if you follow it all the way through. It's a phased program to set you up for life, so you can keep it going. So we're coming back to those roadblocks. So fear of failure. What is one of the biggest advice givers that you can give me to help somebody that is on the cusp? They're thinking about it. They want to do better, but they've got that roadblock up to say, I just can't. I can't put my body through the same thing again to fail.
Yeah. So this is from popular demand, right? This would be a common roadblock, as you just said. It's like, hey, 60 days, I just don't have the willpower. I've just been so beat up in the past years trying different things. Just can't bring myself to do it. Don't have the willpower. So we have a 5-day drop, which is 5 days. And that now qualifies those people who previously disqualified themselves because it was maybe a bit too long, or they had a bit of that limiting beliefs. So I would say if you fall into that category and you're like, man, Ty, you don't understand. I have been beat up. I'm hopeless, like in the sense that I've put my trust into other programs. I've done the man shake, or the woman shake, that ad that we see on telly.
Yeah.
I've tried Jenny Craig. I've listened to my PT. I've done all the cardio. I can't shift the weight. I would say this will be one of the best things you've ever done. You've come this far. You're watching this live now. Trust in Dana, give her 5 days. That's all. And see if you can shift 2 or 3 kilos. From that small win, you'll feel motivated to want to then do the standard legacy program, which is the 30-day program. It's the famous program. And that's where you can expect, again, if you got weight to lose, if say, hey, Ty, I'm looking to lose 10 kilos, but I don't want to do the 30-day program. I'd say, cool, I get it. Even though 30-day program is nothing to be scared of at all. All of the way and stuff. So, but if someone says that and they've got those limiting beliefs, those roadblocks, I would say hop on the 5-day drop. Once you get those small wins, you'll feel motivated to want to do the full program. And that's exactly what happens. So yeah, I would say start on the 5-day drop and let the results, it's only 5 days. It's such a small investment. Let the results speak for themselves and let that momentum build for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. And that's one of the reasons why I love the 5-day. It's quick. And if you're going out for a special occasion on the weekend, you can get rid of the bloat in 5 days and go out and have a lovely time in a nice fitted dress and feel confident in your skin because you're not feeling bloated. And it motivates you because you have that instant success. So that's brilliant advice, Ty. I really like that. And I actually personally love the 5-day drop. So thank you for that. Right, I'm going to sum it up now, Ty. We've had a great conversation. So anybody feeling inspired and ready to take charge of your health journey, join us in the LTLA group. Send me a message and I'll add you to the community. You have got access to all of our mentors, all of our success stories, and everybody is in the same community, all striving for the same thing, to better health and to find better options on clean living, because that's what it is. It's getting back to basics, getting back to clean, nourishing food and living life to the full. So if you are struggling with pain, if you are struggling with gut inflammation, or you just feel tired and drained, then you don't have to feel that way. And we have the tools and resources available to you to use. So just drop that down in a message and we will tag you in the page and invite you in to join us. If you are wanting to jump in now and are motivated by this talk, which I really hope you are, because I'm just on a path to get as many people as possible onto track this 24. 23 was a tough year for so many people, and 24, we just want to turn it around and get momentum happening and get as many people on track to better health. So reach out and send us a message and we will get you started on your journey. So Ty, thank you very much for speaking with me today. As always, I love having our chats. We do go a little bit off course every now and then, but there's just so much information to share, and we both love these programs. So it's just really enjoyable. So thank you for joining me.
It's my absolute pleasure. Anytime. And I'll just say one thing. If you feel now isn't the right time, it's never going to be the right time. And in fact, if you've got lots happening this January, that's the time to start. Why? Because if you can start when things are hard and tough, you're going to set yourself up for success for those future months, because nothing's going to derail you.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely. What an amazing nugget to leave us with. Thank you very much, Ty. And I can't wait for our next conversation. Take care.
Pleasure.